Hey, this is Steve with RV to Cycle. If you watched Travado Tips episode 23, also known as Tips from Texas Part 2, you saw Mark share with us how he uses child safety straps to hold down his Keurig coffee maker. We've been using a bungee cord, and now I'm going to show you what we did following Mark's suggestion. Okay, this is how we've been traveling with our Nespresso coffee maker. And if you're not familiar with Nespresso, it's kind of like Keurig. It uses capsules rather than cups, and it uses high pressure and steam rather than hot boiling water, which Keurig uses. We like this much better. And you can fill an espresso cup or you can fill a regular coffee cup, either one. And this bungee cord is a primary device in terms of keeping everything intact. This vinyl impregnated shelf liner is another one. This keeps it from sliding back and forth. The bungee cord is primarily to keep it from tipping over. One of the challenges with the bungee cord, to empty the used coffee capsules, you have to pull this thing out. And as you can see, this is an impediment. This is a child safety strap. Comes two in a box, and this is what you get, along with, of course, the very important instructions. Okay, so once you figure out where you want to stick everything, you want to make sure you've got it cleaned off really well with some alcohol. Now, I'm using alcohol wipes. There'll be a link for these in the description below the video. This is 70%. Once the alcohol's dried, then you can bring this guy over here and carefully place it in your preferred location. Having removed the paper from the adhesive, you get it on there. You're gonna hold it pressed firmly for about 60 seconds. Once the 60 seconds are over, you can let go, and then I would not do anything else for a period of 24 hours. The instructions tell you you need to let that adhesive sit for 24 hours. This piece I'm going to be sticking back here. You can see there's just a little bit that won't be onto the back of the counter. But first I have to clean it off with a little isopropyl and let it dry, and then I'm going to need to carefully measure just exactly where this guy's going to fit on the strap. The instructions tell you that these retainers here, that once you close them on the strap, that it's permanent. It's important to note you can actually get in here. You see there's a small space right here. If you ever have to reopen this, you can get a screwdriver and stick it in and then pry this thing open. One of the things you will want to do with a strap that's been in a box for a long time, get a hair dryer and put some heat on the strap so that you can get these kinks out of it. It's important to get the kinks out so that when you mount it, you're going to be using a straight strap, because once it's mounted, you want a good strong hold. Now I'm going to reposition our coffee maker, our Nespresso espresso maker, in the position where it will normally ride. You can see now that the strap is hanging over the position where I want to place the non-operating clip on the back side of the counter. So I'm going to come back here and make a mark right there, and then I'm going to leave that one as the mark. You can see here that I don't have much strap left, so I'll be able to put the non-operating clasp all the way down to the bottom of this splashboard without any issue. One of the tricks of working with this tape backing is not to touch the adhesive, and so I'm going to place this about halfway down here. Let's see, yep, that's the way I want it. And then I'm going to take this part of the strap, I've undone it from the coffee maker, and just hold her right here firmly so that I can get a good approximation of where I really want this thing to be. Because the strap is more narrow than is the clasp. Once I have it adhered to its final resting place, I'm going to mash on it for about a minute, and then I need to let it dry for 24 hours. I positioned the espresso maker where it normally rides and rests. Then I went behind the espresso maker with the strap inserted fully into the operating portion. Then I pulled this strap as hard as I could downward using my right hand, and then with the left hand I closed the clasp onto the strap. Now, because the clasp was so difficult to close, I did have to release the strap from the operating portion here. I moved the coffee maker out of the way so that I could use both my hands to close this clasp, because it's stiff. There's no doubt about it, but it's not going to come undone. There's grooves on one side of the strap. There's grooves on one side of this locking portion. The grooves of the strap go down upon the grooves of the locking portion. And then you're going to squeeze it. That's a tight little sucker to squeeze, let me tell you. It clicked. I got it. Now once I've got it, the non-operating clasp closed, I move this back into its resting / riding position. Move the espresso maker back, and I can see, okay, does it need to go forward, backward, where does it need to go? And right there is where it needs to go. And so I'm going to push in, and you can see I've got it cocked a little bit like that. I'm going to push this other button on this side, and lo and behold, it should go in. There we go. Both buttons will be popped out when it is fully engaged. So that's it. That's how I got it all taken care of. Hey, hope you got something out of this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and if you didn't, well, I'm sorry. Maybe we can do better for you next time. We do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section, and I'll answer those just as quickly as I can. And for any of these parts, you can find direct links for them if you want to order them yourself in the comment section below the video. Again, thanks for watching. Ciao.